you might not think of trying them when you are working out at the gym, but Maggie Downey is here to explain why and how to get started. So let's start with why.
Why? So that you can hold that chicken wing while you tear off the meat, right? I mean,
exactly.
Grip strength really is practical. We can use it all day long. And research shows there's an indication and correlation that good grip strength relates to high quality of life.
Okay.
And longevity. They don't really think grip strength is making us live longer. They think it's showing that we're healthy.
Yes.
But they're also finding between 50 and 55, our grip strength starts to diminish. So we really want to think about it and not lose it.
Do you think that constantly holding our phones all day long and being in a position like this is hurting us?
I think so, because actually one study showed millennials have far decreased grip strength from their counterparts of the 80s. Yeah, so even though like we're kind of here all day, it's not functional movement.
Yes.
And I do find a lot of my clients, even to sit up and put pressure on their palm is a problem. So grip strength is something to consider, right?
Okay, so millennials, anybody out there who's watching right now, you got your phone in your hand, put it down. Pay attention. We've got some common everyday items on the table here that you're going to show us that can help us.
Yes, because that's the great thing. You probably have most of these items, not quite all of them, but many of them at home. So the grip strength exercise you're probably most familiar with is you take a ball or a stress ball and you just squeeze it and release, squeeze and release. This is like
all the tension.
All the tension goes away. So it is good for tension release, but it's like the tip of the iceberg. It's just getting started. And much like I've given you a bigger ball than I have with different resistance, different sizes and different types of resistance are going to be important. So you want to change it up.
You know, from my gymnastics days, like I still have an old wrist injury, and this is a little bit harder on this side than it is obviously on my right hand.
Well, and it's really good to pick up on those differences because you'll know like, oh, I need to strengthen, put in some effort.
Yeah.
What this doesn't do is work your whole hand. Right. So you can use a table or a wall and put your fingers on it or the whole palm and just press down. And when you press down, you should feel your palm activate, but your entire forearm starts to engage.
Oh yeah, it's all shaking.
Yeah, and you just apply that pressure for 10 to 20 seconds, then release and do it again.
All right.
So that's great, wall or table, either way.
During interviews, if I start going like this, people are going to be like, she's so invested.
in grip strength, yes. That jar of pickles we want to open, it can be used as a tool for us to strengthen our grip strength. So whether you have a jar of pickles or a can of something, just holding it is going to increase grip strength. But then you can use your countertop, hang your wrist off the counter.
Oh boy, that's a little dicey there. Okay.
It's a little dicey. And you're going to move your wrist as much as you can.
All right.
And we do this in all different angles. So you'll hold the jar upright and sideways. You'll rotate the jar to face down. Oh. And once again, you don't want to drop it, right?
I'm holding on for dear life. Can you imagine pickles all over the studio right now? That would not be ideal. But this is good, actually.
It's really
surprisingly.
Right, you feel the work in your forearm. You flip the wrist up. And the reason we're using the table here, because if you didn't have a table, you can do these freestyle, but people turn it into a bicep curl.
Right,
because
so you want to isolate the movement.
Yeah, it's because we don't have that strength.
Okay.
You can also, when you finish sweeping the floor, you grab that broom, hold it out, and now we're working that forearm strength, and you can go up and down with it.
They've hired us to do this segment, of course, and then to also clean up the studio.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I heard too.
I heard if you had me back, I had to sweep. And then it's also thinking about in life where you can use grip strength. Yeah. So if you go grocery shopping, at the end of grocery shopping, we throw the bags in the cart and we wheel it out. Or at work, if you're going in with your laptop, we throw this over your shoulder. Instead, do what's called a farmer's carry. Hold it in your hand. And think of more often times you can take your purse. You can hold it in your hand. Switch hands once in a while, but that's using grip strength.
And why do they call it a farmer's carry?
I think because generally, like, farmers will pick stuff up and have to walk around. So you can do it at the gym with weights. It's just not a practical exercise. No one wants to do that.
Our ag expert friend Amanda Stanton about the farmer's carry. I'm curious to see what they think. But yeah, I mean, these are all simple things that we can do. And at the end of the day, it will help to increase our grip strength a little bit.
100%. And you can also just start to open your hands as wide as you can, because we always think this way, but you want to maintain your flexibility.
Wide and find some everyday items to help you and your family and all of your friends at home. And very quickly, if people want to follow you, where can they go?
They can go to personaleuphoria.com.
Good stuff. Thanks, Maggie. We appreciate it.